Pioneer fans, Pioneer Varsity Men's Hockey is live and on the air. Welcome to the Taylor Sportsplex, where it is the Pioneer men's hockey team kicking off the season versus Divine Child. This is a team that Pioneer did not play last year due to COVID and things being pushed back and things of that nature. We did play them 2 years ago, but it's been a little bit since we've been here. Taking a look at last year, as this is the first game of the season. Super excited to be back at the rink with Pioneer men's hockey. We will have the ladies team on Tuesday, I believe, next week. We will have the men's team today and then on Friday as well out at the Kennedy Ice Arena. We'll have the Michigan women's hockey team on Saturday versus Concordia. So lots of hockey coming up. Taking a look at last year, Pioneer had 11 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. Taking a look at their game schedule, they had wins as soon as my iPad will pull it up. They started off the season beating Dexter and Huron. They had a 4-2 loss versus Jackson. Then they beat Saline. They lost to Skyline. That was a 5-3 loss out on February 20th. They tied Chelsea. Then they went on a tear at the end of the season with 8 wins in a row, starting off beating Huron. Then Father Gabriel Richard. That was a tight 5-4 game. They beat Lenawee. They beat Saline for a second time last season. They beat Wyandotte Roosevelt, that up at Yak Ice Arena. They beat Pinckney over at the Arctic Coliseum. They avenged the loss earlier in the season to Skyline. And then on senior night, that over at the USA Hockey Arena, they beat the Bay Reps. That was 5-4. Taking a look then, they did lose to Trenton. So Pioneer got to play Trenton once again in the opening round of the MHSAA playoffs. So never an easy go when you have to play Trenton. And Trenton did pull off the win. Pioneer came out early and scored. Ethan Cotree had a fantastic game. The entire team played hard, but just couldn't get past those Trenton Trojans. Taking a look at the stats from last year and seeing the scores and who is on the team. Top scorer, top point getter was Jack Kakachi. He had 47 points. Of course, he has graduated. Ethan Cotree had 39 points, that on 11 goals and 28 assists. Jack Sakachi had 20 goals and 27 assists. Sean Fitzgerald had 21 points, that on 12 goals and 9 assists. Adam Caribbean had 15 points, that on 9 goals and 6 assists. And that top 4 all graduated. Eli Jackal is with the team. He had 11 points, 6 goals, and 5 assists. And then the next couple, Juna Whitelock had 10 points, that on 6 goals, 4 assists. Ralph Dixon had 7 points on 2 goals, 5 assists. And Andrew Yang had 6 points on 1 goal and 5 assists. Andrew's younger brother is with the team, Anthony Yang, and wearing his number 7. So very kind to a broadcaster like me. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you for keeping my life a little bit easy there. But a lot of scoring graduated. Taking a look at the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The top 9, only one of the top 9 scores still with the team. So a lot of turnover. Lucas Schaefer comes back as well. Philip Schaefer, Devin McDaniel, Francis Roderick, Eli Jackal. Taylor Wilkins comes back from last year. Parker Churchill, Thomas Kresge, Ben Martin, Elliot Davis, and Julius Cass. New faces on the team. Number 3, Gabe Sanborn. Number 4, Tobin Tuzinski. Number 7, Anthony Yang. Number 9, Marcus Wilson. Number 14, Max Friedman. Number 17, Ronan Rominski. And number 25, Graham Sutton. Also a change on the coaching staff. Head coach is now Drew Collins, moved up from assistant coach. Harrison Neiman is the assistant coach, and Jason Pischke. Manager remains Deb Martin, who puts up with all of my pestering her for all sorts of different things, and she is fantastic putting up with us and helping us out, and we are very, very grateful to Deb. So fair amount of turnover this year. 10 seniors on the team, 3 juniors, that's 13 upperclassmen, 4 sophomore, and 1 freshman. So that is 5 underclassmen, 18 players on the team. Taking a look over at a little bit about the opponent, Divine Child. They had 4 wins, 7 losses last season. Taking a look at their game schedule. And we did not get a chance to play them last season, but they started off with a loss versus Livonia Franklin. They beat Cabrini. They lost to Grocio, Detroit Country Day, and Detroit Catholic Central. Then they had another number of games right in late February, early March. No results listed. They lost the second one to Cabrini. Beat Gibraltar Carlson, and that was on March 6th, 2-1. They beat University Liggett, lost to Livonia Franklin, beat Dearborn Unified, and then the final game was versus Father Gabriel Richard, and that was a loss 6-2. Taking a look at see about regional playoffs and see what happened there, if we can pull that in. They faced a tough Pinckney team. They lost that game 6-4. That was on March 16th over at the Arctic Coliseum. So they're playing a little closer to Pioneers. Home Pioneer was all the way out at the Kennedy Ice Arena facing Trenton in their home rink. So just a little bit about both of the teams and the prior year. Of course, brand new year. So everything is up in the air. Remains to be seen what will happen, who will take leadership of the teams, and exactly what will happen. So it's always exciting to have a brand new season and lots of optimism, lots of folks excited to see these teams on the ice, and we are with them. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA. Officially, the game time was listed at 6:50. I think that's when we get the ice, because at this point the ice has been resurfaced, but none of the players have been out there, so we'll actually probably get started a bit beyond that. But tune in and keep it right here. Again, we have this game today, and then taking a look at the upcoming schedule. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA, then we'll get to that upcoming schedule in just a moment. You're watching Pioneer Men's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Let's take a moment and talk about the upcoming schedule for both of these teams. For Pioneer, starting off today, obviously, at the Taylor Sportsplex versus Divine Child. Then they're in action versus Riverview over at the Kennedy Ice Arena, where last season finished off, although we'll probably be in the rink when you come into the right, typically where they're playing Grosseola Riverview. That's a 7:10 game on Friday evening. Then the day before Thanksgiving, the 24th, Pioneer plays Saline. Obviously, they both call the Ann Arbor Ice Cube their home. Technically, Pioneer is the away team on that. The alumni game will be the day after Thanksgiving, but that Saline game is 7:30. A lot of the time, I know the last few years, not last year due to COVID, but the last few years they've done a food gatherers drive for that game as well. So if we see something about that, we'll definitely post that through a lot of years in the past. You've been able to bring a can to get in or a couple cans to get in as opposed to having to pay a ticket. The alumni games will be from 3 o'clock to 4:20 over at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. We won't be broadcasting those, but certainly come on down, see previous players, and have a lot of fun reconnecting with folks. Then on the 30th, that's Tuesday, November 30th. I can't believe we're already talking about Thanksgiving and getting towards the end of the month. I don't know where this year has gone, but they are playing Grosseola. That's going to be, again, at the Kennedy Ice Arena on a Tuesday night. That'll be a little bit later. That one is at 7:10. The one this Friday is at 7. Excuse me, the one this Friday is at 7:10. That Grosseola game on the 30th is at 7:40. So that's going into November. If we take a look, see if I can pop in and talk a little bit about December's games. On Wednesday, the 8th of December, starting off Saturday, the 4th of December, it is an away game at Canton, so that will be the Arctic Edge of Canton. That's a 5 p.m. game on that Saturday, 5 to 7. And then the next week, December 8th, it is Pioneers down at the Toledo Ice House down in Toledo playing Bedford. That's an 8 p.m. game down there, so certainly check that out. On December 11th, it is a home game versus Skyline. Technically, the first home game of the season comes in December. As you can hear, the team should be hitting the ice as Divine Child comes out to our left and gets on the ice, skating around. They're in their black jerseys with red numbers on the back, surrounded by white, with the Divine Child on the front, and the numbers on the front as well. Pioneer should be out momentarily. So first home game for Pioneer comes December 11th at versus Skyline. That's a Saturday at 4:30 at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. Then they play on December 15th. Pioneer out in their road white jerseys with the black stripe across the middle, the numbers in black on the back, surrounded with white blockades on the front, and Pioneer dark pants and the dark helmets out for Pioneer. So on December 15th, that's a game versus Huron at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube, so 2 home games in a row. That will be 7:30 p.m. at the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. That finishes off the season, or the calendar year. And then we start to get into, there's a game versus Saline on January 5th. And then I just want to get to the Gillick tournament. Pioneer is scheduled to play in the Gillick that at Saturday the 8th. So that's actually on a weekend. That'll be a 5 p.m. game. They start off playing Father Gabriel Richard and then play the winner in the next should be on the 9th. So that's what's coming up for Pioneer as we flip back and take a look at Divine Child. Divine Child obviously starting off here hosting Pioneer. Then they go over to New Boston United. That over in North Wildwood Street over in Westland. They play Riverview Cabrini. That's going to be on Tuesday, November 23rd. That here at the Taylor Sportsplex. They play Friday, November 26th, so the day after Thanksgiving, at Bishop Foley United. That over in Royal Oak. They play the Tri-Valley Titans. That on November 27th here at the Taylor Sportsplex. That's a 7 p.m. game. They wrap out November. Lots of games in November over at the USA Hockey Arena as they play Detroit Catholic Central. That's where Detroit Catholic Central calls home over at the USA Hockey Arena. That is a 7:30 p.m. game. They are in the CHSL tournament on December 1st and on December 4th. Then on December 11th, they host Farmington United. So looks like they host, should be here at Taylor. And then they play New Boston United. They host them here, that on December 15th. They play Father Gabriel Richard, that over at Yost Ice Arena on December 17th. It's a 9 p.m. game. On December 18th, they play West Bloomfield, that over at Lakeland Arena over in Waterford Township. And they finish off with a couple of games December 18th, Saturday. They have 2 games listed, one versus Lakes area as well. So a pair of games, although those are both at 6 p.m., so it's probably the same thing. They play Riverview, Gabriel Richard, on Monday, December 20th here. Then on the 22nd, they are at Southgate Anderson, and that wraps up the season, that over at the Southgate Ice Arena. So that is the upcoming schedules as they have 7 minutes up on the clock for the teams to warm up. Getting ready to go right now. Cass out in the net. Getting some time for Pioneer, trying to see who it is, as it looks like Wedgerock, the senior goaltender for Divine Child, over to our left. So we'll play a few more messages from the MHSAA and come back with your starting lineups, the national anthem, and your opening puck drop, opening face-off for the season. You're watching Pioneer Men's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
just blew the horn. Everyone getting the pucks out, taking the last shots. As the captain's talking to the officials right underneath us, Schubert for Divine Child, Roderick as well as McDaniel for Pioneer, both wearing the C's this season. See if I can pick out the alternate captain. As Davis, the alternate captain, number 30 goaltender for Pioneer. See if I catch any others. Pioneer going out, and as well as Martin, alternate captain. So you have McDaniel and Rodriguez, the captains, alternate captains, Martin and Davis for Pioneer. As Pioneer going off as they're getting ready to resurface the ice, and then we will have your starting lineups and opening puck drop. They have 17 minutes up on the clock, getting ready as soon as they finish the ice resurfacing. So we'll go back. We'll play a little bit more messages from the MHSAA. If you want to come on down to the Taylor Sportsplex, it's only about half an hour outside of Ann Arbor. It didn't take us too long, even rush hour. Nice stands across the way. You got a fair number of folks in a little Divine Child red. Couple folks wearing purple over there. We'd love to see even more of you fantastic Pioneer-clad folk coming on down. We appreciate everyone who's tuned in and watching. If you can't make it, thank you for cheering on these teams from wherever you are at. We greatly appreciate the support of these wonderful and amazing athletes. Let's go back and play a few more messages from the MHSAA, and we will be back with your starting lineups, the national anthem, and your opening puck drop.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Divine Child is gathered around the entrance as they just brought the Zamboni off the ice. Divine Child gathered around the entrance to the left. Pioneer just underneath us to the right as we have a fantastic, beautiful high vantage point here as they have a little some items on second floor up here, and they have a little press box set up, so it's always well appreciated. As Coach Collins over getting set up on the bench across the way with assistant coaches Neiman and Pischke. Coaching staff for Divine Child. Head coach is Mike McNamara. Assistant coach is Vincenzo Di Domenico. Assistant coach Nick Remmer. And assistant coach Bob McNamara. Both teams come out on the ice. The officials getting the nets put back on their moorings. As I believe Davis dropped off a water bottle over to our right. So Elliot Davis looks to be getting the starting goal for Pioneer. We will see if that is indeed the case when they announce starting lineups. I notice now there's a goaltender number 1 over on Divine Child that we don't have on our roster. So for better or worse, I hope that young gentleman doesn't end up on the ice so we don't have to not give him credit and not call his name. As the public address announcer now hopping on the mic. As the starting lineups for both teams set up on their goal line. Pioneer going right to left. Starting with the starting lineups for Pioneer. As Lucas Schaefer comes out to the blue line starting for Pioneer. Devin McDaniel skates out to the blue line. Jackal. Eli Jackal comes out to the blue line. Tyler Wilkins starting for Pioneer. And Ben Martin. And then between the pipes, alternate captain, Elliot Davis. And Pioneer in their road white jerseys over for Divine Child in their home blacks. As Pizzo being announced for Divine Child. Kilb comes out to the blue line as a starter for Divine Child. Schubert comes out to blue line. As Carroll playing the blue line for the Falcons. And Kalchek, the other blue liner. And then Wezrock, starting goaltender for the Falcons. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, the playing of the national anthem. As we're getting ready for the opening puck drop of the 21-22 season. And this means it marks 6 years that we've been getting to do this with Pioneer Men's Hockey, starting off creating Arbor Broadcasting, and we are super grateful for the team, Mary Packard and Frank Garcia, coach at the time, giving us an opportunity, as well as Eve Claire, to see what we can do. And we've been running ever since then, and it's been fantastic. So it's just excellent to get back in the rink. We've had a couple opportunities to call hockey with the Michigan women's hockey team, but great to see the Pioneer men back out on the rink. Excited to see the Pioneer ladies get going, and I believe that's Tuesday. Lucas Schaefer in to take the face-off. Schubert on the other side. Jackal to the left. That puck comes in along the far boards. McDaniels banks it forward. Here comes Lucas Schaefer gaining the blue line. Lucas Schaefer has it tipped away, gets it back, top of the near circle. Drop pass back over for Jackal, who takes a shot. That one just goes wide. Stopping outside the far circle is McDaniel. That puck now into the neutral zone. Gathered in by Wilkins. Dropped it back to Martin. Martin right at center ice. Fires it deep into the Divine Child zone. 16:33 left to go here. Just starting off in the first period. 0-0 the score. As Carroll has that puck back behind his own goal. He banks it off the near board. Takes an interesting bounce. Schubert has it right in the neutral zone. And then taken away by Jackal. Coming the other direction, here comes Kilb. Kilb gains the Pioneer zone. He's put into the boards and slips back in along the end line. Along the end boards, now sent along the far boards into the neutral zone. Keel has it at his own blue line. Moves it over to O'Connell, who fires it right at center ice. Roderick knocks that going the other way. Now it's fired deep into the Pioneer zone. Icing waved off. Roderick picks it up. Back behind his own goal. Sends it outside the far circle. McNamara has it there. Now battle for it in the far corner as Wilson trying to peel it off the boards. Divine Child trying to come underneath the near circle. Gets that over to O'Connell at the near point. Outside the near circle, McDaniel trying to peel that away from Costora. Loose puck picked up. Here comes Roderick. Feeds it ahead. Trying to get that over to Tuzinski. That slips right back behind the goal. Into the near corner of the Divine Child end. O'Connell fires long cross ice pass over to McNamara, who dumps it deep into the Pioneer zone. 15-16 left to go here in the first. Battle for it in along the end boards of the Pioneer zone. Churchill trying to get it out of the zone. That held in at the far point. Sent back deep as that was Domenico who held it in. Now battle at the near point. Welsh sends it into the near corner. Picked up by Kresge. Kresge banks it off the far boards. Picked up by Roderick. Roderick goes through the slot right in front of his own goal. Roderick over his own blue line, comes through center ice down the near boards. Roderick trying to feather it over to Wilson. That tipped away. Welsh gets it back into the neutral zone. Gathered in. Churchill fires it ahead. That loose at the Divine Child blue line. The Falcons bounce it off of the near boards. Sent the other direction by Kresge. Picked up. Bouncing puck. Now that grab by Keel, been along the far boards, cross ice pass, that ricochets right in front of the scorer's bench as Kalchik coming in, that puck into the slot, excellent job knocking it away. Rominski battling at the far point trying to knock it out, held in, Kresge has it on the far circle, then puts it into center ice. Carroll fires it back deep into the Pioneer zone, stopped there by Elliott, that puck underneath the near circle. Kresge cross ice pass, then gets it back outside the near circle. Kresge lifts it into the neutral zone. That chased all the way back. There will be icing and head back into the Pioneer zone. 13:55 left to go here in the first. They're not listing shots on goal. 0-0 is our score here in the first. Face-off is going to be in the near face-off circle. That is to Davis's left. As the puck into the near corner, Pizzo taking the face-off. Now back behind the Pioneer goals. Schubert has it underneath the far circle, puts it back to the far point to O'Connell. Shot out front. Davis got a piece of it. That comes outside the far circle to Ross. Battle for it in the far corner. Loose in the slot. That pulled away. Here comes Pioneer with it as Jackal comes in. Bounced off the far boards into the near corner. Jackal with it outside the near circle. Jackal, top of the near circle. Now goes high slot over into the far point. Sends it back in along the end boards. That out underneath the far circle, trying to chip that away. Ross had it. Now Schubert gets it into the neutral zone. That peeled away. Here comes Pioneer. Lucas Schaefer with it. Lucas Schaefer, wide angle shot. That one just goes wide. Wejrock got a piece of it with the glove. Pioneer back at their own blue line. That tipped ahead. Trying to go forward with it was Friedman. That puck back behind the Divine Child goal. Trying to pull that away. Tuzinski into the near corner now. Bounces off of the far boards. Roderick gets it back to Martin at the far point. Martin holding it in, battling Schubert. Now coming ahead, Tuzinski trying to put a shot on goal. That deflected. Ross has it outside the far circle. Pioneer trying to hold it in. Now heading the other way. Pizzo with it. Great job to knock that away and pull that the other direction by McDaniel. And Pioneer trying to touch it up at center ice, but that leads to an icing. Couldn't quite get to it. Now head back the other way. But McDaniel did an excellent job to slow down the Divine Child rush. 12:27 left to go here in the first. 0-0 is our score. Face-off in the far face-off circle. As Wilson in to take the face-off. On the other side was Zelka. As that comes back, Falcons have to touch up to avoid delayed offsides. As Pioneer has it, Wilson sending ahead, that held in by McNamara, who puts it in along the end boards. McDaniel into the far corner, pinned against the boards by McNamara. Then that slips right back behind Elliott. Grabbing it along the far side is Holton, centering attempt, that knocked away by Martin. Martin puts it, banks it off the far boards all the way back into the Divine Child zone. DiDomenica had it. Cross-ice pass, now bringing it down. McNamara gains the zone, top of the far circle. McNamara with the shot that deflected out in front. Through the slot, Roderick picks it up underneath the near circle, sending it ahead. That tip by Yang as it goes deep into the Falcon zone. Trying to knock it away is Forrest. Forrest rims it around the boards. Stopping it is Rominski's shot, that wide. Tipped by Forrest. Held in by Pioneer as Churchill sends it deep. Yang has it back behind the goal. Centering attempt out in front. Roderick takes a shot at it. And good save by Wejrock. The puck in along the far boards. Kielb has it, gaining the Pioneer zone. Kielb moves it over to Welsh on the near circle. Backhanded right back out by Churchill in along the near boards in front of the scorer's bench. Forrest sends it back deep into his own zone for Kielb, setting it off. Here comes Roderick. Cross-ice pass, that picked up, coming down by Churchill, who backhands it deep into the Falcon zone. 10:53 left to go here in the first. 0-0 is the score. Heavy hit into the far corner. That puck outside the near circle in the Falcon zone. As trying to come away with it, I believe that's Sutton in there, trying to peel it off of the boards. As that slips all the way back, icing waved off. Churchill chases it. He'll pick it up back behind his own goal. Churchill has Welsh coming ahead. He fires it over to Yang. Yang gets it into the neutral zone. That fired in by Carroll. Picked up by Yang at the near point. Drops that back to Churchill. Churchill ricochets it and goes all the way back into the Falcon zone. Carroll chases it in along the end line. He goes from the near side to the far side, back behind his own goal. That puck stuck in the far corner. Now Carroll takes it, drifts back behind his own goal, fires it ahead. That lifted by Kalchek, fired all the way deep into the Pioneer zone. Icing waved off as that was tipped. Knocking it the other direction. Davis did a good job as that bounced off of the side of the net. Davis sticking it away. Here comes Jackal. Jackal over the blue line. Top of the far circle. Shot. Saved by Wejrock. Picked up back behind. Here comes the Falcons. That stopped coming in as Sanborn got checked, but he fires it deep. That puck, Lucas Schaefer has it right back behind the Falcon goal. That comes back to Sanborn. Top of the near circle. Shot. That deflects off of a skate. Lifted all the way back down. That should be icing, and it is. That'll head back into the Falcon zone. 9:28 left to go here in this, the first period. 0-0 is the score here at the Taylor Sportsplex. Opening game for both of these two teams as Pizzo taking the face-off versus Lucas Schaefer. That comes back. Jackal with a shot. Trying to tip it out in front was Roderick. That slips in along outside the far circle. Grabbing it. Roderick into the far corner. He's separated from the puck, trying to get it back. Coming around. Jackal trying to tip that. Here comes, coming the other way. Pizzo has it down the near boards, gaining the Pioneer zone. Excellent job by Martin to separate that puck. Sticked away by Davis. Now that puck along the far boards. Grabbed by Lucas Schaefer, trying to knock it out of the zone. That was held in. Now Lucas Schaefer picks it up over his own blue line, heading down the far boards. He gains the zone outside the far circle. He's ridden off the puck by Schubert. Schubert goes back behind his own goal from the near side to the far side, then lifts it the other direction. Heading the other way is the Domenico. He has the puck knocked down. Here comes a shot by Jackal. Oh, a great save by Wejrock. Jackal has it, top of the near circle. He comes over to the far circle, makes a nifty move into the far corner. Jackal still with it, banks it off of the far boards over to Martin. Martin shot that deflects off of Ross's skate. Jackal comes back with it, trying to move it over to Ross. That puck wouldn't settle down. Now lifted the other direction by Schubert. Jackal chases it as that will be icing. 8:12 left to go. Here in the first period, 0-0 is our score. Boy, Jackal had a fantastic shot, that from the slot. Wejrock with an even better save. But Pioneer with an excellent opportunity. They have shots on goal up there now. As it looks like 5 shots on goal for Pioneer, 2 for Divine Child. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That's Wilson in to take the face-off for Pioneer. That puck got caught up in the linesman's skates into the near corner. That lifted ahead by Kielb. Now coming in Wilson, moving it over to Tuzinski, and that off the side of the net. Now loose back behind the Falcon goal. Roderick into the far corner. Backhands it out in front. Shot by Tuzinski. Another save by Wejrock. Holding the puck in, trying to grab that is Kresge. Kresge had it. Now it's poked away. Coming down on the near side, McNamara. He retreats back into his own defensive zone. McNamara ricochets it off the near boards. That tipped in by Kiel deep into the Pioneer zone as the Falcons go for a line change. Ripped in along the near boards of the Pioneer zone. Tuzinski sends it ahead. That tipped by Wilson. The puck loose. Top of the far circle. Knocked the other direction. Churchill picks it up over to Kresge on the far side of the neutral zone. That tipped by Wilson into the near corner. Tuzinski trying to separate his man from the puck on the far circle. Now moving over. Shot by Sutton. Another save by Wedge Rock. 8 shots for Pioneer. 2 for Divine Child. As that puck outside the near circle, trying to grab it and head the other way. Kostora with it. Kostora gets it back to the far point, but that's held in by Kresge. Kresge with the shot. That one just goes wide. Kiel again trying to get out of the zone. Again, Kresge holds it in at the far point. That puck outside the far circle. Kiel now lifts it all the way down the ice. That's stopped by Davis. That'll be a shot on goal. Churchill picks it up on the far circle of his own zone. Churchill sending it ahead over to McDaniel. McDaniel over center ice. McDaniel gains the zone, top of the near circle. That lifted the other direction. Here comes the Falcons as that is sent deep by Holton. Holton and Churchill tangle right back behind the Pioneer goal. 6:20 left to go. That shot off the side of the net comes loose on the far circle. Here comes Pioneer with it. Coming down is Jackal. Jackal makes a nifty move. Shot. And that is a save by Wedge Rock. Oh, Jackal coming down. He had a defender right in front of him on the top edge of the near circle. Made a move to his right, then left. Got around it. Took a shot. And this Pioneer team, 9 shots on goal, 3 for Divine Child. Early excitement here in the first. 0-0 is the score. 6:08 on the clock. Lucas Schaefer in to take the faceoff on the near faceoff circle. That in the Divine Child zone. The puck underneath the far circle, now lifted back behind. Kalchek has it coming down the far circle, now over his own blue line. Kalchek over center ice, gains the Pioneer zone in the high slot. Drop pass, that's cleared away. Excellent job by McDaniel to stop a dangerous opportunity. That lifted back, fired in by O'Connell, picked up on the far circle. Drifting it back, Sanborn. Sanborn feeds it ahead to McDaniel right at center ice. McDaniel, cross ice pass. That coming into Wilkins, top of the far circle. Wilkins poked off of that puck, slips back. Pioneer has to touch back up and offsides. 5:33 left to go here in the first. 0-0 is our score. Back and forth hockey game so far. Pioneer has carried a bit more of the play back in the Divine Child zone. Face off in the near face off circle just outside of the Falcon zone. Pizzo in to take the face-off for the Falcons. Wilson for Pioneer. Wilson drops it in along the near boards. That's fired deep by Martin. Sticked away by Wedge Rock right in along the end boards. Trying to grab it. Heavy hit back there. DiDomenico. Collision and the whistle blown. This is going to be the first penalty of the season for Pioneer as Wilson goes into the box. Interference, the call. That at 5:23 as Wilson for interference. Pioneer will be shorthanded for the next 2 minutes. Face off in the far face-off circle. That to Davis is right. High slot shot. Davis covering it up backhand and they score. Davis got the first save, and then it drifted off to his left. Ross was right there to score. Not much Davis could do about that one. Got the first shot, but Ross was there with the backhand to put it in. I believe it will be unassisted. And that makes it 1-0 Divine Child here in the first over Pioneer. That at 5:19. That will make the penalty expire. Face off right at center ice. Pizzo on one side. Lucas Schaefer on the other. That puck back to the blue line. Picked up. Kiel sends it back deep in the Pioneer zone. Into the far corner. Martin picks it up back behind his own goal. Rims it around. Jackal has it. Now Schubert picks it up outside the near circle. That tipped by Lucas Schaefer into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Ross, the goal scorer, trying to get it back to Schubert outside the near circle. Centering attempt. That got just back behind Pizzo. Coming. Here comes Jackal the other direction. Again makes a nifty move. Shot. Ooh, that one just high. As Jackal has made a couple nifty dekes. That comes back. Shot off the side of the net by Jackal. That puck comes back to the far point. Here comes Schubert with it into the Pioneer zone. Schubert in the high slot has it poked away. He's in there battling Kresge. As that puck lifted. Still won't get out of the zone. Now Jackal will send it ahead. Coming in, Wilkins ridden off the puck. He's knocked down. Picked up. Lucas Schaefer sends it back. And then Pizzo sends it back deep in the Pioneer zone. That will be icing and head back the other direction. 4:17 left to go here in the first. 12 shots on goal for Pioneer. 4 for Divine Child. Face off in the far face-off circle. As that is Rominski in to take the face-off. On the other side, Zielka. Puck into the far corner, bouncing puck. Zielka knocks it down, rims it all the way around. McNamara trying to get it outside the near circle, held in by Kresge at the near point. Kresge takes a shot. That knocked down, deflects all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Kresge will chase it. Right on his heels is Kostora. Kresge fires it over to Yang and along the near side. O'Connell sends it into the near corner. Kostora fires it, that off the side of the net into the far corner. Lifted back to the far point. Carroll can't quite hold it in, as the Falcons will have to reset and touch up to avoid a delayed offsides. The puck ricocheted off the near boards through the neutral zone as it's top of the far circle, picked up by Carroll back behind his own goal. Carroll fires it in along the near boards of the Falcon zone. There's a quick shot by Kresge, rising shot, and that goes off of the net. 3:23 left to go here. In this, the first period, 1-0. The Falcons with the lead over Pioneer. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That outside of the Falcon zone. Wilson in to take the face-off versus Kalchek. Picking it up and along the near boards. That's Martin who fires it along the near boards of the neutral zone. Knocked the other direction. Kalchek with a shot. Martin got a stick inside there, and that deflects up into the netting. 3:12 left to go here in the first. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That's going to be to Davis's left. Wilson in to take the face-off. That lifts back behind the Pioneer goal into the far corner. Martin with it. Touched up by Roderick. Now shot into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Lifted back by Bo Rucky. Trying to get it outside the near circle. Here comes Pioneer with it. Over their own blue line, racing down with it, Jasinski into the near corner of the Falcon zone. Jasinski has that knocked off of the side of the net. Gathered in, Forrest trying to ricochet it the other direction. That slips right back behind the Falcon goal. Kielb has it underneath the far circle. Now gains the neutral zone over center ice. Kielb into the Pioneer zone. That pulled away by Martin. Martin fires it ahead. That lifted all the way back to the Falcon blue line. As they start the rush again, DiDomenico has it. That knocked down. Here comes McDaniel with a shot. That went off of a skate. Still loose on the far circle. McDaniel with another shot. That popped up in a glove save by Wedgerock as that hit his pads. Popped up high in the air. Couple good opportunities for McDaniel. Wedgerock with a little flash of leather. And he freezes that. 2:13 left to go here in the first. 15 shots on goal by Pioneer, 4 by the Falcons. Face off in that near face off circle. That to Wedgerock's right. Lucas Schaefer in to take the face off. Jackal right back behind him. Jackal with the shot. That pops up. Back behind the goal. In along, DiDomenico had it. Back to the far point. There's Kresge with the shot. Couldn't get all of it as the puck wouldn't settle down. Now heading the other direction is Carroll. Carroll put up against the boards. Martin grabs it in along the end line. Now Wilkins trying to feather that off the boards. That puck outside the far circle. Schubert holds it in at the far point. That deflects into the near corner. Grab, lifted ahead. Jackal has it, held in by Schubert at the near point. Schubert comes, high slot, feeds it over onto the far circle for Ross. He's the goal scorer. That comes loose outside the near circle. DiDomenico has it. Now that rimmed all the way around the boards. Held in by Schubert at the near point. Good deflection, knocking down Lucas Schaefer. As that comes, DiDomenico had it in the high slot, now into the far corner. Still battling with it. Pioneer comes away right back behind their own goal. And lifted outside the far circle. Holton has it, fires it from there. Davis covers it up. 1 minute, 11 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-0, Falcons with the lead here at the Taylor Sportsplex. Opening game for both of these teams. Both of the teams would love to get off with a win. Start the season right, start things off the right way. Wilson taking the face-off versus Holton. That puck shot into the near corner. Deflects coming in. That knockdown. O'Connell took the shot coming the other direction. Jasinski fires it ahead. Roderick chasing it, and that will be icing. Couldn't quite get to it. 57.5 seconds left to go. That'll come back into the Pioneer zone. They'll put that in the near face-off circle. That to Davis's left. Wilson in to take the face-off. Holton on the other side. Right back behind Wilson is McDaniel. McDaniel rims it all the way around the boards. Held in at the far point by Keel. Knocked down. Davis with a save. Again, that knock shot off the side of the net comes over to the near side. That cleared out of harm's way by Jasinski. Fed through the neutral zone. Coming in. Roderick with a shot. Save by Wedge Rock into the far corner. Roderick trying to get it. That lifted back to the far point. Held in by Martin. Martin grabs it. Top of the far circle. That feathered right back behind the Falcons goal. 26 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-0. Falcons with the lead. Jasinski has it in along the end boards of the Falcons zone. Pulled back in along the near boards, ricocheted out. McDaniel holds it in, trying to get it over to Jasinski. That lifted out to Schubert, knocked away. Excellent job by Martin. The puck loose in along the near boards. Schubert retreats back into the neutral zone. 6 seconds left to go. He feeds it in along the far boards, trying to come in with it. That knocked away as Zilka had it, and that is the end of the first. So in the first period, it was a Pioneer penalty. That at 5:23. That was Wilson going off for interference. And then 4 seconds later, it was a Divine Child goal, as putting it in was Ross. Again, Elliott made a great save, and then just the rebound kicked off to his left, and Ross was right there for the rebound. Well, we'll take a moment, step away, and play a few messages from the MHSAA, and then we will be back with your second period action. You're watching Pioneer Men's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Let's take a look at a few scores that have happened up until this game. There were a couple games last Saturday going on. No scores reported, but a couple scrimmages over on Tuesday the 16th. Yesterday, it was Escanaba beating Kingsford 3-1. No score reported in the game versus Macomb, Dakota, and St. Clair Shores Unified. It was Lenawee shutting out New Boston United 8-0. That on the road over at the Mike Madano Ice Arena. It was Canton beating Birmingham Unified, if I can continue to speak properly. Canton beat Birmingham Unified 3-2. That over at the Birmingham Ice Arena. That was a final in overtime. Lots of other games happening today, taking a look to see if anything else huge of note out here. Pinckney hosting Northville, Plymouth over hosting Okemos. This game here, Huron is over at Dearborn Unified. Trenton is over at Southgate Anderson, but nothing else really from either the SEC or the Metro at this particular moment. But 17 games going on today, 6 games going on Thursday, and 35 as really the season kicks off huge starting off this Friday. Again, Pioneer will be over at the Kennedy Ice Arena. That is a 7-10 game as they are playing Riverview over at the Kennedy Ice Arena. So that is your intermission scoreboard report. Well, let's pop back, get a little bit of music here, and then we'll be back with your second period action as they're just finishing up resurfacing the ice here in the Bell Tire rink at the Taylor Sportsplex. At the first intermission, it is Divine Child 1, Pioneer nothing, but Pioneer's shown a lot of speed getting up and down. They've had some excellent scoring opportunities. Wedge Rock has been fantastic between the pipe. Davis has been very, very solid. Just one rebound that got away from him. But 17 shots on goal by Pioneer, 6 for Divine Child. Let's take a quick musical break, and we will be back with your second period opening face-off. As both teams ready to come out onto the ice, waiting for the officials. The ice has been resurfaced. As the officials grab the net, start getting them back on their mooring. Pioneer will be going left to right in this second period. As both teams come out onto the ice, Pioneer down 1-0 here at the opening of the second period. If you do want to reach out to us, you can send us a message email us at arborbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's arborbroadcasting@gmail.com. I don't get a chance to check it besides intermissions, but we always love to hear from you fantastic folk. As Davis skates down to the crease to our left, it's his water bottle up on the top. Wedge Rock over to our right. Moving from side to side. The rest of the Pioneer team gathered around the coaching staff across the way. Divine Child stretching out. One penalty so far, that was the Pioneer. 4 seconds later, that resulted in the lone Divine Child goal. Lucas Schaefer in to take the face-off right at center ice. To his right is Wilkins. Jackal to his left, the defenders. Back behind are Martin and McDaniel. Over on the other side, Ross, the lone goal scorer, on the far wing. Centered up, taking it. Holton takes the face-off. That puck loose, right center ice. Gathered in by Holton, who sends it in along the near boards of the Pioneer zone. McDaniel knocks it away. Back to the near point. Hold it again. Kielb takes a shot. That picked up. Wilkins heading the other direction. Right over center ice. Wilkins, top of the far circle as it tipped away. Drops that back, trying to get it over to Jackal. That taken away. Kielb lifts it. That knocked right back in. Lucas Schaefer trying to get that. That will be offsides the call, as the face-off will be at the near face-off circle outside of the Falcon zone. As that puck just popped up in the air, got over the blue line before Pioneer could touch up. Lucas Schaefer versus Holton again here on the near face-off circle. That comes over to Schubert. Schubert at the near point of his own zone, backhands it back over to Kielb. Kielb sends it ahead. Holton chasing it. That'll be icing as it was fired from the other side of center ice. That'll head all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Falcons 1, Pioneer nothing. 16:26 left to go here in the second. Lucas Schaefer again across the way from Holton. That to the left of Wedge Rock. Lucas Schaefer into the near corner. Drops that back to the near point to McDaniel. McDaniel with the shot. Saved by Wedge Rock. Ooh, Lucas Schaefer was right on the doorstep looking for a rebound. Wedge Rock would not give him one. We'll face it off again in that near face-off circle. All the way back to the far point. That lifted back into the neutral zone. Martin has it at his own blue line, moves it over to McDaniel along the near boards. That's sent ahead. Wilkins avoids some pressure by Schubert. Wilkins gains the zone outside the near circle. Wilkins goes into the near corner of the Falcon zone. Back behind the goal. Wilkins underneath the far circle. That tipped out in front. Picked up. Ross trying to get it over to Schubert. That's stolen away by Wilkins. Wilkins fires it back deep before he goes off for a line change. The puck in the far corner of the Falcon zone. They rim it around outside the near circle. Churchill trying to hold it in. That lifted all the way back into the neutral zone in along the far boards. Picked up, fired in by DiDomenico. Saved by Davis. The puck back behind the Pioneer goal in along the far boards. Roderick trying to get it out of the zone. Now Wilson into the far corner of his own zone. Battling Schubert. That puck outside. Davis with the save. The puck on the inner corner of the far circle. That feathered ahead. Here comes Pioneer gaining the zone. Out on the far circle. That lifted back trying to get it into the slot. The puck pulled down. Kalchek has it back behind his own goal. Kalchek in along the near boards. Kalchek trying to get around. Nice poke check by Roderick. The puck loose right at center ice. That brought in by Welsh into the Pioneer zone. Shot, and Davis with the save. 14:55 left to go here in the second period. 18 shots on goal by Pioneer, 9 by the Falcons. Falcons 1, Pioneer nothing. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Davis's right. Kalchek takes it. That goes back behind the Pioneer goal. Lifted back to the blue line. Held in at the far point. Now here comes Pioneer. Wilson feeds it ahead. Trying to get it to Roderick. Just out of his reach. Picked up by O'Connell back behind his own goal. O'Connell sends it into the near corner. Then that rimmed all the way around by Welsh. Held in by Jasinski outside the far circle. Centering attempt through the slot. Backhanded attempt by Wilson. That just goes wide. Carroll lifts it back to the point and now all the way out into the neutral zone. Jasinski backhands it the other way. Here comes Churchill. Churchill gains the zone. Churchill, top of the far circle, has that poked away. Trying to get it back into the far corner. Kalchek lifts it back outside the far circle to Welsh. Welsh over to O'Connell. That fired all the way back deep. Tipped, so icing waved off. 14:03 left to go here in the second. 1-0, the Falcons with the lead. Pioneer with it as they go over their own blue line. Coming down on the far boards. Kresge with the shot. Covered up by Wedge Rock. Sutton crossing the crease. Wedge Rock wisely freezes it. 13:52 left to go here in the second period. 1-0, Falcons with the lead. Pioneer trying to get the equalizer. As Rominski taking the faceoff in the far faceoff circle. Yang drops it back to the far point. That pulled away. Coming down, Kostros fires it ahead. And that goes wide of Davis back behind the Pioneer goal. Picked up by Wilson. He sends that ahead. The puck into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Kielb at his own blue line. Kielb sends it along the near boards. Grabbed and fired the other direction by Rominski. Here comes Forrest over his own blue line, coming down the far boards of the neutral zone. Through center ice, Rominski has it. He starts to rush the other direction down those far boards. He ricochets it as the puck goes on edge all the way back in along the end boards. Grabbing it, Kostra sends it ahead. Coming down is DiDomenico back behind the Pioneer goal. He loses an edge, and it's going to be a penalty to Pioneer. That at 13:05 here in the second. Does that look like a cross-check called? As that is going to be Philip Schaefer going into the box on a cross-check. That at 13:05. Last time the Falcons had a power play, they scored as that puck into the far corner. Pizzo trying to peel it out. Lucas Schaefer sends it right back behind the Pioneer goal. Coming down along the near boards, that lifted all the way back, right to the Divine Child blue line. Now Kalchek heads the other direction. Kalchek outside the far circle, drops it back. Rifled by Jackal all the way down, back behind the Falcon goal. Lucas Schaefer trying to provide pressure back in the Falcon zone as Kiel sends it the other way. Kiel gains the Pioneer zone. Kresge trying to poke it away. That comes back underneath the far circle. Kiel sends it to Schubert. Right at the far point, Schubert. Puck wouldn't settle down. Back over to Kiel. Kiel in the slot. That poked away. Here comes Jackal the other direction over the blue line. Jackal with one defender in front of him. That's Schubert. Jackal feeds it over to Lucas Schaefer. Oh, that puck wouldn't settle down. As Lucas Schaefer had it, went to cut across the crease trying to put it in. And Schubert goes into the box. That at 12:07. Gotcha. So it's 9 that goes into the box, not 15. Slash. As that is Kiel who goes in for a slashing. So that'll be 1 minute, 2 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. As faceoff will be in the Divine Child zone. Roderick trying to get to it. And Pioneer will have just under a minute of a power play as Wilson pinned against the boards back behind the Falcon goal. That lifted out. Side of the far circle. McDaniel with a shot. And McDaniel with another shot off the side of the net. McDaniel chases it into the far corner. DiDomenico had it. Now that lifted all the way into the near corner. Lifted as O'Connell had it. Now pulled in. Wilson keeping it in the zone. The puck loose. Chipped, and here comes DiDomenico down the other side. He gains the Pioneer zone. That poked away as fired ahead by Wilson. Loose back behind the Pioneer goal. Wilson gathering it. Kalchek comes back on the far side shot. That deflects. Lifted in along the far boards. Here comes Pioneer with it. Wilson over center ice. Shoots it deep. That knocked down and heading the other direction is O'Connell. O'Connell gains the Pioneer zone outside the near circle. That puck into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Pioneer now on the power play. Puck deep in their own zone outside the near circle. Pioneer lifts it ahead. Roderick with it over his own blue line. He fires a cross-ice pass. Add over to Churchill. Churchill over to Roderick before he gets put into the boards. Excuse me, that was Martin. The puck into the near corner. Jackal trying to get it. Now Roderick comes back behind the goal. Through the slot. Backhanded shot by Lucas Schaefer as he has a collision right in the crease. That is going to be interference. 29 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. And the Falcons pick up their second penalty for interference. That at 10:36 as Kalchek goes into the box. Pioneer has a 5-on-3 for 29 seconds. That puck in along the near boards. Jackal trying to get to it. That lifted down by Holton all the way back into the Pioneer zone. Davis stops it just outside of his own, is to the far side of his own net. Here comes McDaniel with it over the blue line. Coming down on the far boards. Kresge outside the far circle of the Falcon zone. Back to McDaniel at the far point, back to Kresge. That moves over to Jackal, high slot, shot. Ooh, that just goes high. Kresge picks it up. Back to 5-on-4 hockey as the first penalty expires. McDaniel at the far point, shot. That goes wide. Lucas Schaefer has it outside the near circle. Moves that back to Jackal at the near point. Back to Lucas Schaefer outside the near circle. Back to Jackal at the near point. Jackal trying to make a move. Lucas Schaefer picks it up outside the near circle. He goes to the near point. That fed onto the far circle. Shot there. Loose out in front. Knocked away as that comes back behind. Holton has it right back behind the Falcon zone. McDaniel keeps it in at the far point. That puck outside the far circle. Kresge trying to get to it. Kresge moves it back into the far corner. There's a shot by Roderick off the side of the net. Roderick moves it back to McDaniel at the far point. McDaniel feeds it. Top of the far circle for Roderick. Roderick trying to get it back. That fired all the way down. 40 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. 1-0. The Falcons with the lead. Picked up back behind, moving it. Here comes McDaniel. McDaniel right over center ice. Gains his own. Top of the far circle, but that will be offside. 27 seconds left in the Pioneer power play. Falcons up 1-0, 9:03 left to go here in the second. Face off in the far face-off circle. That outside the Divine Child zone. Lucas Schaefer in to take the face-off. Schubert on the other side. Bouncing puck comes back to center ice. Churchill fires it into the Falcon zone. Picked up by DiDomenico. DiDomenico has it underneath the circle. Now lifts it all the way down to the Pioneer blue line. Chasing it. Churchill picks it up right in front of his own goal. Coming down the far side. 10 seconds left to go in the Pioneer man advantage. Here comes Jackal. High slot. Jackal. Shot. That rising shot just goes a little high. Puck into the far corner. Divine Child back to full strength. Schubert gains his own. Schubert, high slot, now moves over, top of the far circle. That shot goes wide into the near corner. Pizzo fires it right back behind the goal. Kalchek with it. He has that poked away but gets it back. Kalchek underneath the far circle. Centering attempt. That knocked down, slips right through the crease outside the near circle. That puck picked up by Schubert at the near point. Roderick trying to knock that away. Schubert hangs on to it. That puck lifted right back behind the Pioneer goal. Out to the far point, held in by DiDomenico. Now Pioneer lifts it out into the neutral zone. Coming down with it, trying to make a move is Jackal. Knocked down, but Lucas Schaefer comes in. He goes down. There's on the near circle, shot by Jackal. He scores! Oh, Lucas Schaefer had it in the high slot, poked away. Jackal picks it up, moves through the slot, comes over on the near circle, fires it in, and Pioneer has it tied up. So Pioneer with the goal. That adds 7:48. We'll see if there is a assist on that. But Jackal gets it. If there's assist, that should be to Lucas Schaefer, but we'll get it. We're all tied up 1-1 here in the second. That puck face off right at center ice. Tipped by Sutton in along the near boards. Coming down with it. Rominski fires it deep. That moved back behind. Yang trying to get to it. Lifted outside the near circle. Held in at the near point. Loose as that pulled away. Friedman had held it in. Coming in Kiel with it on the near circle. Back behind the Pioneer goal. Fired out in front. That puck bounces back. Moved over to McNamara. Couldn't hear the assist, but that's all right. We know who got the goal if that was Jackal. Coming back behind, out in front. That tipped away as Yang trying to get an excellent opportunity at it. The puck outside of the far circle. Sutton trying to get to it. He's tied up with the Falcon. That lifted all the way down. That is going to be icing and head back the other way. 6:50 left to go. $6:50 left to go. 1-1 is our score. Wilson in to take the face-off. Kalchek on the other side. That puck comes back to the far point. Martin puts it back behind into the near corner. DiDomenico lifting it into the neutral zone. That slips down the near boards into the Pioneer zone. Martin sending it the other direction. McDaniel feeds it over to Tuzinski. Coming in, Wilson, top of the near circle. Shot. That one just goes wide. Martin holds it in at the far point. Bouncing puck outside the far circle. As a battle for it in along the far boards. Lifted back to the far point. There's a shot by Tuzinski. Bouncing puck. Wilkins picks it up back behind the goal. Comes underneath the near circle. That fired out in front. Went off of a defender's skate. Slips back into the neutral zone. In along the far boards. Martin cross-ice pass. That picked up by McDaniel at the near point of his own zone. McDaniel has it knocked away. That puck outside the near circle. Coming away with it into the far corner. As that's Welsh with it. The puck loose. Backhanded shot. Davis with the save. Oh, Wilson trying to get out of the zone. That puck tipped away. Shot. Davis with an excellent job saving it. 1-1 is our score. 23 shots on goal by Pioneer. 10 by the Falcons. 5:53 left to go here in the first. Wilson in to take the face-off on the other side. Trying to see, that's Kalchek with it. The puck loose in the far circle. Picked up Tuzinski. Cross-ice pass, top of the near circle. That fired ahead. Here comes Roderick gaining the zone. Top of the near circle in the Falcon zone. That banked off the far boards. That sent deep into the near corner as Churchill was spilled to the ground. Legs took out back behind him. That is going to be a tripping call. Pioneer goes back on the power play at 5:34 as tripping call that to Borucki. Lucas Schaefer taking the face-off versus Schubert in the far corner. Roderick trying to get to it. That puck pulled back behind the goal. Keel launches it all the way down, clears it. Davis is going to stop it right back behind his goal. McDaniel picks it up there. Coming from the near side to the far side, McDaniel skating over his own far circle, feeding it ahead. Roderick gains his own on the far circle. Roderick goes back behind the goal. Roderick underneath the near circle. Kresge picks it up outside the near circle. Fires that to Jackal at the far point. Back over to Kresge outside that near circle. That fed underneath to Roderick off the back of the goal. Roderick right back behind the Falcon goal. Sends it outside the far circle. All the way back to McDaniel at the far point. McDaniel goes high slot, moves it back to Lucas Schaefer outside the far circle, then back to Roderick. Back to Lucas Schaefer, who moves it back to the blue line to McDaniel. McDaniel with the shot that's sticked away by Wedge Rock, comes outside, and Schubert puts it on edge all the way down the ice. Davis knocks it away, sends it ahead to McDaniel. McDaniel feeds it. Here comes Lucas Schaefer gaining the zone, top of the far circle. Lucas Schaefer outside the far circle, sends it back to McDaniel at the far point. That knocked away. The puck loose, held in. Lucas Schaefer, high slot, moves over to the near circle. Puck wouldn't settle down for Kresge. Now that loose, here comes the Falcons the other way. 41 seconds left to go in the power play. 1-1 is our score. Ross had it poked away. He's the lone goal scorer for Divine Child. Roderick knocking it around, trying to get it out of the zone. Wouldn't settle down. Now on that near circle, Kresge goes over his own blue line. Racing down, gains the zone. Kresge stops, top of the near circle, feeds it back to Roderick. Roderick moves it over on the far circle. There's a shot and a score by Jackal. Pioneer goes up 2-1 as that was a beautiful goal by Jackal. Roderick fed it to him. That at 3:51. Not sure if that was a power play goal. I think that might have, no, that was a power play goal. I can do some basic math, I promise. So power play goal for Pioneer, that at 3:51. Pioneer up 2-1 on Divine Child. 24 shots on goal by Pioneer, 10 for the Falcons. Face off at center ice. Wilson has it. Wilson feeds it back. That knocked down. Holton had it. Now still loose right at the Bell Tire logo. Holton comes in. Shot. That's a pad save. Holton trying to follow that up. Banks right back behind the Pioneer goal and lifted back to the far point. Held in by the Falcons. Now lifted back. Here comes McDaniel into the zone. Excuse me, that's Wilson. Wilson with the shot. Saved by Wedge Rock. .328 So Kresge gets the assist. I think Roderick should be on there as well. Wilson in to take the face-off in the far face-off circle. Kalchik on the other side. As Stuzinski to his right, that puck over the blue line. Here comes the Falcons. Coming down is Carroll. Carroll put against the boards. Stuzinski picks it up back behind his own goal. That moved in along the near boards. Held in at the near point by DiDomenico. Chasing it into the far corner. Pulling it away is Holton. Now that rimmed all the way around the boards. Out to the far point. Wilkins trying to get out of the zone. Held in. Now here comes Pioneer. Wilkins makes a move over center ice. Stops and fires it in as he goes off for a line change. Picked up by DiDomenico back behind his own goal. Sends it back to the far point, but Roderick trying to hold it in. That puck loose. Now coming the other direction. Here comes Kalchik with it. Kalchik top of the far circle. That deflects into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Welsh with it outside the near circle. Trying to pull that away. Here comes Kresge with it. Kresge fires it deep. That rims all the way around the boards outside the far circle, poked away from Yang, but McDaniel holds it in at the far point. Shot! Oh, that went right through the crease, deflected off of a post, comes into the far circle. Welsh with it. He lifts it, skies it all the way down. Bouncing puck. It's a foot race. That knocked away by Davis and along the near boards. Sent ahead by Kresge. Here comes Yang gaining the zone, top of the near circle. Yang into the near corner. He goes back behind the Falcon goal from the near side to the far side. Yang drops it back. Now picked up back behind. Rominski puts it outside the near circle. 1 minute, 55 seconds left to go in the second. Pioneer has the 2-1 lead. Sutton has it outside the far circle, puts it back to the blue line. Shot there by McDaniel. That deflects out in front. The puck outside the far circle wouldn't settle down. Sutton trying to send it back. Then intercepted by McNamara, who sends it ahead. Now Kresge trying to go down. That shot just goes wide. Good shot by Zilka. As McNamara comes back to the Bell Tire logo, sets it up the other way as Zilka touches up to avoid the delayed offsides. 1 minute, 24 seconds left to go. McDaniels tips it, held in at the near point. That by Kielb. Now ricocheted, fired, and tipped back out to the neutral zone. I think that hit a hand on the Divine Child bench. So that's whistled down. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go here in the second. Divine Child had their first goal. It was a power play goal all the way back. 5:23 in the first, as that was Kielb with the goal. Pioneer has answered back with 2 goals here in the second. 1 minute, 13 seconds left to go. The puck in along the far boards. Picked up. Wilkins right at center ice. Gains the Falcon zone. Wilkins top of the far circle through the slot. Trying to get to Lucas Schaefer and puts it in. Lucas Schaefer grabbed it. Wilkins fed it to him. That right on just outside of the crease on the near side. And Lucas Schaefer top right-hand corner. Man, there was absolutely nothing Wedge Rock could do about that one, as that was frankly just a pretty goal. Wilkins on the assist. We'll see if they give a third assist. Face off, Lucas Schaefer, the last goal scorer. Right at center ice. 3-1, Pioneer with the lead as that puck right at the Falcon blue line. Schubert coming down the far board. Schubert has that knocked away. The puck in along the near boards, bounces right in front of the scorer's bench. Picked up. Coming down the other way is Pizzo with a shot. That goes wide, stopped at the far point, held in into the Pioneer zone. Schubert has it in the far corner. Battle for it. Pizzo trying to peel it off the boards. Now that lifted and snuck back all the way deep into the Falcon zone. Wilkins racing for it. Pulled away. Carroll has it underneath the near circle of his own zone and feeds it ahead. Lucas Schaefer chases it into the near corner of his own zone. 25 seconds left to go in the third. Trying to grab it. The puck loose on the far circle. Carroll trying to make some trouble. Now coming the other direction. Lucas Schaefer, top of the far circle. Feeds it ahead. No one home on the centering pass. That lifted back right to the Falcon blue line. 7 seconds left to go. Ross comes into the zone. That lifted back. Excuse me, by the way, that was Ross on the first goal. I got that wrong. That is the end of the second period. Pioneer, 3 goals in the second. They take the lead 3-1. Let's take a look again. In the first, it was a interference call to Wilson on Pioneer, that at 5:23. Then it was a Divine Child goal. Ross with the lone Divine Child goal at 5:19. In the second, started off with a Pioneer penalty, that at 13:05, as that was Philip Schaefer going off. That looked like that was for a cross-check. Then a Divine Child penalty, that at 12:07, as that was Kielb going off for a slash. Then it was a second Divine Child penalty, that at 10:36. Pioneer had a short 5-on-3, as that was Kalchik going off for interference. Then it was a Pioneer goal, that at 7:48 after the penalty expired, as that goal was Jackal from Lucas Schaefer at 7:48. So at that point, Pioneer tied it up 1-1. Then there was a Divine Child penalty at 5:34, as going into the box was Bo Rucky for a tripping. Pioneer had a power play goal, that at 3:51, as Jackal with his second of the season, that set up by Kresge and Roderick. Then Pioneer with the third goal of the period at 1:03, as Lucas Schaefer took it from Wilkins, put it top right-hand shelf. Boy, not much that could be done by Wedge Rock, and Pioneer has the 3-1 lead. Well, they were out shooting the Falcons 26-13 at the end of the second. Let's go and play a few messages from the MHSAA. We'll be back with that all-important third period. And I just realized our score bug, thought I hit that, but now it should read 3-1.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Let's do a little bit of a intermission scoreboard report. Some action going on a Wednesday night. Exciting win, by the way, last night by Eastern Michigan over Western Michigan, 22-21. Going on right now is Buffalo and Northern Illinois, all knotted up at 10 apiece. That with 4:33 left to go in the second. Central Michigan has the lead on Ball State. That's where Eastern Michigan will play the day after Thanksgiving. That is 28-10. Central Michigan leading the team from Muncie with 5:52 left to go in the second. Switching over to a little NHL hockey. Everything late today. 9 o'clock will be the Avalanche at the Canucks. 10 p.m. we'll have the Blackhawks visiting the Kraken. And 10:30 we'll have the Kings hosting the Capitals. Over in the NBA as the Zamboni ends up off of the rink. Pistons have the lead over the Pacers over at Little Caesars Arena, 49-41 at half. In the third, it is the Wizards over the Hornets, 58-49. Hawks have the lead over the Celtics, 49-44. It's the Knicks with a 4-point lead over the Magic, 34-30. That in the second. The Knicks have a huge lead over the Cavaliers, 46-29 in the second. Bucks over the Lakers by 4 points, 40-36. That with 8:18 left to go in the second. The Pelicans over the Heat by 10 points, 41-31. That with 6:15 left to go in the second. In the first, it's the Thunder over the Rockets, 17-13, 5:33 left to go in the first. 6:12 left to go in the first. It's Timberwolves 10 and the Kings 7. Two late games. Suns hosting the Mavericks at 10 o'clock, and the Blazers hosting the Bulls at 10 p.m. Both teams come out onto the ice Again, if you want to reach out to us, it is arborbroadcasting@gmail.com. That is arborbroadcasting@gmail.com. Well, the Falcons had the first goal of the game. That in the first, they held on to that lead 1-0 going into the first intermission. But it was in the second that Pioneer exploded for 3 goals. Two of them by Jackal, one by Lucas Schaefer. Pioneer going from right to left here in this, the third period, as Davis getting stretched out. Wedge Rock patrolling the crease to our left. And shots on goal, 26 for Pioneer, 13 for the Falcons. Pioneer has put a barrage on Wedge Rock. He has kept it close with some excellent goaltending. Davis now gets set up in the crease to our right. Senior goaltender and alternate captain, Elliot Davis. Lucas Schaefer, the last goal scorer. Right at center to take the face off. Jackal to his left. To his right is Wilkins. Back behind him, McDaniels and Martin. Across the way. Pulling that up is Holton. The puck in along the far boards. Chipped ahead, controlled by the Falcons at their own blue line. Drifting back, Domenico fires it into the neutral zone. Picked up by McDaniel right at center ice. McDaniel coming down the far boards. Tries to fire it in, that tipped away. Lifted ahead, knocked away from Ross. Grabbed right at center ice, coming down on the near boards. Here comes Wilkins with it. Wilkins makes a move into the slot. Backhanded shot, saved by Wedge Rock. 16:31 left to go here in this, the third period. 3-1 Pioneer with the lead. The Divine Child fans cheering on, trying to give their team a boost. Lucas Schaefer taking the face-off in the far face-off circle. That pulled away by the Falcons. Here comes Schubert over his own blue line, over center ice. Schubert puts it deep into the Pioneer zone, into the far corner. Martin trying to knock it away. Schubert right back behind the Pioneer goal. That into the far corner. That will be a penalty, as Martin is going to go into the box here in the third. As tripping the call. So Pioneer will be shorthanded for the next 2 minutes, barring anything else happening. That puck outside the near circle, tipped up high in the air. Ross has it, fires it out in front. Ross, the lone goal scorer for Divine Child. Pioneer able to lift it down. Kresge fires it all the way down the ice. Wedge Rock stops it. 16 minutes left to go here in the third. 1 minute, 42 seconds left to go in the Falcon power play. Schubert coming down on the near side of the ice, knocked away by Tuzinski. Tuzinski chasing it. Kiel takes it away, goes through the slot, coming down the far boards, gets it over to Schubert at center ice. Schubert, touch pass, that over to Pizzo, knocked away by Kresge, slips right back behind the Pioneer goal. Ross has it in the far corner. That knocked down, Churchill trying to get to it, lifted back to the far point as Kalchek taking a shot that deflected up into the netting. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go. Pioneer gets a line change. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go in the power play opportunity for the Falcons. 15:25 left to go in the third. Faceoff comes outside of the Pioneer zone in the far faceoff circle. Kalchek taking that versus Lucas Schaefer. The puck, battle for it right at the Pioneer blue line. Roderick trying to knock that away. The puck top of the far circle. And then that lifted, that off of a skate, skitters all the way down into the Falcon zone. Kiel takes it in along the end line, rims it around out to Schubert outside the far circle. Schubert goes over his own blue line, coming down the far boards of the neutral zone. Schubert gains the Pioneer zone, but offsides the call. 45 seconds left to go here in the Falcon power play. 15 minutes even here in the third. They announce the all-important 50-50 raffle. Face off on the far face-off circle just outside the Pioneer zone. I believe that's Lucas Schaefer in to take the face off. On the other side is McNamara. That puck lifted back out to center ice. Schubert gains his own, fires it. That goes all the way around the boards, out to the far point, held in by McNamara at the far point. He moves it high slot. Now that's lifted to Schubert at the near point. He's able to hold it in and put it right back behind the Pioneer goal. Lifted back to the blue line, but held in. Schubert has it, moves it over to McNamara, top of the far circle. Fed into the far corner. That off the post, off the side of the goal, now lifted all the way back by Pioneer. 14 seconds left to go in the Divine Child power play. Schubert picks it up in the near corner of his own zone. 14:22 left to go in the third. Pioneer 3 and Divine Child 1. That fed in as Costa had it, pulled away by Jackal. Jackal comes top of the far circle of his own zone over his blue line. Jackal pinned against the boards. That slips back into the Falcon zone. Grabbed by Kiel. Kiel right in front of his own goal. Comes over to the far side. That banked off the boards. Picking it up, trying to feed it ahead. That ricochets. McNamara had it. Now here comes Pioneer with it. McDaniel gains his own top of the near circle. McDaniel has that poke checked away. Coming over on the near side, that was Carroll knocking it away. Schubert has it right back behind his own goal. He sends it along the near board, stopping at Kresge at the near point. That got stuck. That in DiDomenico skates. The puck outside the near circle, spinning with it. Yang puts it right back behind the goal into the far corner. Sutton with it there. Sutton trying to poke it away. Yang goes in along the end boards to try and knock it away. Schubert trying to move it. Now here comes Sutton. Backhanded shot. Save. That puck put back in along the boards. Rominski trying to get to it. Now McDaniel stops at the far point. McDaniel with a shot that goes wide. Kresge stops at the near point, feeds it onto the near circle. Yang with it, puts it over to the blue line for McDaniel with a shot. That one just goes wide. Yang, puck wouldn't settle down for him in along the near boards. As Pioneer obviously back to full strength, the puck in along the near boards. Here comes Kresge with it outside the near circle. Pioneer 3, Divine Child 1, the puck in the slot. Divine Child coming away with it as Zelka had it into the far corner. As Schubert trying to get it, he puts it right back behind his own goal. DiDomenico banks it off the near boards. Kresge holds it in. That shot just goes wide. Outside the far circle, McDaniel has it into the far corner. Centering attempt through the slot. Kresge with a one-timer. That went off of his shin and couldn't felt too good. As that puck comes back into the Pioneer zone. It's a foot race. Trying to get to it. Sticked away by Davis into the near corner. Oh, Zielka had a step, but great stick save. Just feeding that into the near corner by Davis. The puck into the far corner. Taking it right back behind is Kalchek. Kalchek outside the near circle, feeds it to the near point. There's a shot. Davis with a pad save puts it into the far corner. Excellent shot by Carroll. That comes loose. The puck banked off the near boards. Now Yang trying to feed it out of the zone. That held in. Kresge picks it up in the near corner. 11:52 left to go here in the third. It's Pioneer 3 and Divine Child 1. That puck slips in along the far boards of the Pioneer zone. Chasing it as Pizzo has it right back behind the Pioneer goal. Jasinski trying to steal it away from him. That puck comes back to the blue line. Shot and a save by Davis. O'Connell took the shot just a few steps inside the blue line. Davis able to see it through traffic and cover it up. 11:34 left to go here in the third. Pioneer 3. The Falcons 1. Face off to Davis's right in the far face-off circle. As Wilson taking the face-off, that outside the far circle. As Holton lifts it back behind the Pioneer goal into the near corner. Trying to pull that away, feeding it ahead is Churchill. So that puck pinned and into the near corner. Centering attempt, that skies high, and Davis gloving it down. As that was a knuckleball up in the air heading towards the Pioneer goal. Davis wisely plays a little center field, grabs that and gloves it down. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Davis's left. Kalchek in to take the face-off versus Wilson. Churchill picks it up in the near corner of his own zone. Sends it all the way back out to the far point. Held in by Kiel. Saved by Davis. That puck loose. Oh, boy, Davis got a glove on it. As Ross was looking for his second goal, Davis stopped it, but he didn't cover it up. Ross chipped it off of his pads, came over, and Davis reached out that big mitt and covered it up, saving Ross's second goal. Oh, great offensive play, even better defensive play. Face off to Davis's right in the far face-off circle. Pioneer 3, Falcons 1, 11 minutes even left to go in the third. Wilkins has it in the far corner of his own zone. That held in at the far point. Loose puck on the far circle. Schubert has it outside that far circle. Centering attempt. That goes back behind the Pioneer goal. Outside the near circle now. Trying to pull it away. Jackal trying to get it out. Schubert holds it in. Backhands it. Davis covers it up. That was a backhanded shot. Good backhanded shot with a defender in the way. Schubert lifted it a bit from the inner corner of that far circle. Davis able to cover it up. 10:41 left to go here in the third. 3-1 Pioneer with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Kalchek in to take the face-off versus Lucas Schaefer. As Divine Child providing plenty of pressure in the last few minutes. That puck on the near circle held in by Kiel, but that goes right back behind the Pioneer goal outside the far circle. Schubert with it, top of the far circle, and trying to get it into the slot. The puck loose, as that's a shot that was going wide, but not wanting to take any chances. Davis gloves it down. 10:22 left to go here in the third. 3-1 Pioneer with the lead. 27 shots on goal for Pioneer, 19 for Divine Child. So they're coming back as that was sticked away by Davis. Comes into the far corner. Wilkins trying to lift it away. He's pinned against the boards. That went off of his skate. Here comes Pioneer heading down the other direction. Coming in, Jackal. He's against the end boards as he couldn't break free from the defender. That puck into the far corner. Rimmed all the way outside the near circle. Picked up heading the other direction is Borucki. He fires that. That was chipped by Schubert into the far corner. Gathering it in, Sanborn trying to rock it the other way, and that comes right back behind the Pioneer goal. Now Carroll trying to get it out. That goes through the slot. Puck loose. And pulled away as here comes Jackal the other direction. He feeds it ahead. McDaniel takes a shot. That deflects up into the netting. There was a delayed offsides, and there is a penalty coming for hooking. As that will be a Divine Child penalty as going into the box for hooking. At 9:30, as that was Borucki taking a second penalty. Kretzky has it, high slot, moves it over to McDaniel at the near point. McDaniel, puck one settled down. Here comes the Falcons the other direction. Kalchik has it knocked away from McDaniel. The puck loose, now moved by Tuzinski outside the near circle. Tuzinski centering pass, that knocked down by DiDomenico. The puck outside the far circle, heavy hit on those far boards. Kalchik trying to make his way through center ice. That pulled away by Tuzinski, who moves it back to Kretzky in the Pioneer zone. Kretzky over to Roderick and along the near boards. Roderick fires it ahead. That banks off the far boards as Carroll chases it back behind his own goal. Picked up by Kretzky outside the far circle. Then that lifted all the way down. 1 minute, 15 seconds left in the Pioneer power play. Davis stops it on the far side of his net. Picked up. Here comes Roderick. Roderick coming down the near boards, makes a nifty move. Roderick gains his own, top of the near circle. Roderick has that poked away. He goes down heavy into the boards. He lost an edge. The puck right back behind. Tuzinski has it outside the near circle. Tuzinski in the Falcon zone, moves it to McDaniel at the near point. Back over to Tuzinski outside the near circle. That lifted, bouncing puck back behind. Roderick trying to get it into the slot. Knocked down, backhanded shot by Wilson. Great save by Wedgerock. The puck outside the near circle, rimmed around. Now McDaniel trying to hold it in. Here comes the Falcons. 31 seconds left on the penalty. Welsh with a shot. That save by Davis into the near corner. Outside the near circle, the Pioneer zone. Picked up by Wilson. Wilson backhands it. Roderick has it on the far circle of his own zone. 16 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. That intercepted at center ice. Coming in, Wilson fires it deep into the Falcon zone. 7:38 left to go in the third period. 3-1 Pioneer with the lead. 4 seconds left to go in the Pioneer power play. Kretzky trying to feed it out in front. That's stolen away by DiDomenico as that puck in along the end line. Zelka has it. Lifts it, now Pioneer coming the other direction with it. McDaniel gets over his own blue line through center ice. McDaniel puts it outside the near circle into the near corner. Forrest chasing it there. The Falcons back to full strength. That deflects. Top of the near circle in the Falcon zone. Forrest with it over his own blue line. Feeds it in along the near boards of the neutral zone. Pizzo trying to get it. That offsides as that puck tipped. That causes the offside. 7 minutes even left to go. Here in the third, 3-1 Pioneer with the lead. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That outside the Pioneer zone. Pizzo in to take the face-off. On the other side, Rominski. And puck loose and along the near boards, chipped ahead and lifted back deep into the Pioneer zone. Right back behind the Pioneer goal. Martin has it in the far corner, feeds it ahead. Sutton gets it out into the neutral zone, bouncing puck. Rominski fires it deep, that in along the end boards of the Falcon zone. Rimmed all the way around, held in at the near point by Churchill, puts it into the near corner. That puck back behind the Falcon goal. Now Schubert sends it to the blue line, but held in by Martin. Bounces off the end boards, lifted back to the near point. Churchill holds it in. He rims that right back behind the Falcon goal. Out in front, shot. Oh, saved by Wedge Rock as they fed Sutton, who got it in the far corner of the far circle. Lifted back into the neutral zone. Churchill has it in his own blue line. He feeds that ahead. That's going to be icing as he was trying to feed it over to the Pioneer offense and just couldn't touch it up, and now bring it back into the Pioneer zone. Pioneer 3, Falcons 1, opening game of this 2021-22 season. Both teams want to start it off right. Falcons got out to the early 1-0 lead. Pioneer answering back, 3 goals in the second. 6:07 left to go here in the third. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Wilson taking the face-off. That puck slips over the blue line through the neutral zone. Here comes Jasinski with it. Jasinski has it poke checked away but gets back to the near point. Now going the other direction is Carroll. Carroll lifts it in along the far boards. Kresge shoots it back to the Falcon blue line. Kield gets it going the other direction. Pioneer picks it up at their own blue line, trying to knock it down. McNamara had it. Kresge on his own, in his own zone on the near circle. Battle for it. Schubert comes away with it on that near circle. Shot. Good save by Elliott. The puck comes back to the far point for Kiel. Oh, deflected out in front as Kiel put it just on the near side of the goal. Shot, and Davis got a piece of it. Now coming all the way back into the Falcon zone. Wilson has it into the far corner. Kresge in along the end boards of the Falcon zone. That comes back to the far point. Roderick with a shot that goes wide. McDaniel holds it in at the near point. Puts it on the near circle, battling with it. Roderick high slot shot. Rising shot goes a little high. Roderick tips it right back behind the Falcon goal. 5 minutes even left to go here in the third. Jasinski chasing it. Pioneer with the 3-1 lead. Shots on goal now only 7 in favor of Pioneer, but they score! That was Tuzinski who got it just outside of the crease on the far side. Picked it up, fired it, and found just a little seam to put it in. Wedge Rock was playing tough. Is that Wilson who got it or Tuzinski? That might have been Wilson. We'll see. As we'll put that in. But Pioneer now has the 4-1 lead. That at 4:53. Lucas Schaefer in to take the face off. It was Tuzinski that everyone came over and gave big hugs to, but we'll get the official scoring in just a moment. I think Wilson on the assist. That comes back to Churchill at his own blue line. Churchill feeds it ahead, picking up Lucas Schaefer in along the near boards of the neutral zone. He gains the Falcon zone. Has it knocked away, that puck goes right back behind the Falcon goal into the far corner. Lucas Schaefer chasing it. Now here comes the Falcons the other direction. That lifted over. Jasinski. So Tuzinski on the goal. I believe Wilson got the assist. At puck right back behind the Falcon goal. 4-1, Pioneer with the lead. 4:11 left to go here in the third. Welsh heading the other direction. That poked away right at center ice. Loose puck in along the near boards of the neutral zone. Pioneer slips it the other direction as Lucas Schaefer sends it back deep. DiDomenico picks it up back behind his own goal. Backhands it the other direction as Welsh has it outside the near circle. Cross ice pass, that intercepted by Lucas Schaefer. He's knocked off of the puck. Puck top of the near circle now in along the near boards. Jackal trying to get to it. The puck loose, now lifted all the way back down the ice. on edge into the Pioneer zone, and that will be icing. 3 minutes, 36 seconds left to go here in the third. Pioneer with a 3-goal lead. As again, the Falcons have really put on a good third period, closing that shot gap to only 7 shots. But Pioneer holding on strong, getting an extra insurance goal to make it 4-1. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Yang trying to get to it. In along the boards, in along the near boards. Now Rominski comes back behind the goal into the far corner, switches directions, feeds it out in front. That picked up. Friedman has it at the blue line, moves it over to the far point. Now coming the other direction is Zielka. Zielka, high slot, comes over on the near circle of the Pioneer zone. Nice job by Friedman to knock that away. The puck in along the end boards. Trying to poke that away. Rominski coming in. Couple players end up on the ice. As that bouncing puck on the far slot, Pioneer takes it back behind. Kresge coming on the far circle of his own zone. Kresge through the neutral zone, over center ice, coming down the far boards. Kresge in the slot, shot, glove saved by Wedgerock. Oh, that was bouncing, and heavy collision into the boards. Everyone pops up. They look, they're okay. As Wedgerock got it with the glove, it popped up. He tried to get it again, and it bounced just on the crease, just to the far side. Players went racing forward, lost an edge, and collided. As there is a penalty. So Divine Child penalty. 8 goes into the box for high sticking. That at 2:48. So unless something changes, Pioneer will have the power play for 2 minutes of the last 2:48. That lifted all the way down clear. Davis stops it on the near circle of his own zone. Kresge underneath the near circle. Kresge feeds it over to Jackal, trying to avoid some pressure by Divine Child. Jackal over his own blue line. Jackal gains his own. Through the slot, makes a move, comes in, backhanded shot, he scores! Oh, Jackal took it from goal line to goal line, came in, made a beautiful backhanded shot on the far side. Wedgerock had position, and boy, there wasn't much he could do about that, as that is a hat trick for Jackal. That is his 3rd goal of the game. So way to start off the season. 2:26 left to go, power play goal. It's Eli Jackal comes up big with 3 of the 5 goals for Pioneer. Tuzinski and Lucas Schaefer, the other goal scorers for Pioneer. That puck slips back into the Pioneer zone. Philip Schaefer moves it over to Churchill in the near corner. Churchill feeds it over to Jackal. That lifted all the way back to the blue line, held in, shot, saved by Davis. Kresge pulls it away. Kresge feeds it ahead to Rominski. That comes back to center ice. Bringing it in is O'Connell. O'Connell with a shot from the near point. Chases it into the near corner. Bouncing puck right back behind the Pioneer goal. Under 2 minutes to play. Pioneer 5-1 with the lead. Tuzinski ridden off the puck as the Falcons have it at their own blue line. Over on the near board, O'Connell coming down the neutral zone and fires it deep. That ricochets off the end boards. Davis steers it. Back behind, Philip Schaefer chasing it. Into the far corner it goes. Here comes Wilkins with it. Wilkins through the slot, over his own blue line. Puck wouldn't settle down, got caught in McNamara's skates. Wilkins shoots it deep. 1 minute, 23 seconds left to go here in the third. As the puck in along the far boards, trying to come in deep with it. Martin, that sticked away, loose in the slot. In along the near boards with it is Zelka, trying to get it out of the zone. Pioneer able to hold it in. The puck outside the far circle. Coming back with it, here comes Kostora. Fires it down, Pioneer picks it up. Philip Schaefer grabbing it right at center ice. Wilson moves it over to Roderick. Under a minute left to go. 51 seconds left in the third. Pioneer with the 5-1 lead. Lifted by DiDomenico to the blue line, but held in. Roderick with the shot. Outside of the far circle, that lifted back into the neutral zone. Churchill feeds it ahead to Roderick, who backhands it deep. 33 seconds left to go in the third. Pioneer with a 4-goal lead. That fired all the way down by Zielka. That will be icing. 25.5 seconds left to go here in the third. Shots on goal now. Pioneer 30, Divine Child 21. Pioneer with the 5-1 lead. Face off in the far face-off circle. In the Falcon zone. As Rominski puts it into the far corner. 20 seconds left to go. That puck outside the near circle. As Sanborn lifts it into the far corner. Forrest trying to get it out of the zone. Pioneer able to hold it in. That tipped into the far corner. 9 seconds left to go. Yang pinches. That lifted. Yang keeps it in. Bouncing puck. That pulled by Forrest back behind. And that will do it. Pioneer opens the season with a 5-1 win. As we take a look at the action, it was a Pioneer penalty. That had 16-16 as Martin went in for tripping. Then it was a Divine Child penalty at 9:36 as that was Barucki going in for hooking. A Pioneer goal at 4:35 as that was Tuzinski from Wilson. As the best tradition in all of sports, the post-game handshake. So happy we can have this again. I didn't have it last year, and it's fantastic to see. Divine Child penalty, that at 2:48, as it was a high stick to Zelka. And then Pioneer finished off the scoring, a hat trick by Jackal at 2:26. So the next game will be at Friday night, 7:10, over at the Kennedy Ice Arena, as Pioneer will take on Riverview, trying to go to 2-0 on this season. We will have Michigan women's hockey versus Concordia over at the Chelsea, the Arctic Coliseum of Chelsea, that at 5 o'clock on Saturday. So lots of hockey to go. Pioneer women's hockey playing, that will be on Tuesday, and then the Pioneer men taking on Saline in that traditional game right before Thanksgiving. For my camera person and amazing wife who puts up with me, Christina Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you for your support of both of these squads. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, and we'll be back on the air Friday night.